Alright, man, it's about that time we start getting hype for the Nodes live stream. Now, if everything goes according to plan, it should be next Friday, August 25th. That's if it doesn't get pushed back again. Now, of course, it was already pushed back, and that's probably because Intrepid wanted to make sure it was gonna run smoothly, which is fine. But I will say there are some mechanics that I think we have to see. Okay, so we all know nodes are the biggest draw in Ashes of Creation, so it makes sense to see how these mechanics are properly working in the Alpha 2 state. Now, I remember during the Alpha 1 that the node stages went up to like level 3. It was really cool to log in one day and see the node at the expedition stage, only to come back at a later date and see it now at the encampment or village stage. I'd really like to dive into that. Now, I don't think we'll see the Metropolis stage just yet. We might not even see the city stage because they might be saving that later for when we actually get to play the game. But I do think we'll end up seeing the transformation of a node from the wilderness to wherever they're comfortable taking it. We currently have a loose time frame on how long it takes to go from one stage to the next. For example, it takes many hours to go from expedition to village, but a few days to go from village to town. But I wonder if we end up getting exact times or if that's something that will have to be figured out by the player base. With these upgrades, I wonder if we'll hear more about what makes a village, a town. What unlocks do we get once the node is upgraded, as in what stations are used, how many homes are going to be available, what other miscellaneous features will we be able to get into. Something I've been wanting to see is the type of nodes being built by a certain race. Now, depending on what race grants the most experience towards a node, the node will then take on that racial appearance. Now this can change at every stage, which is wild, and this will affect buildings, NPCs, props, and this applies to castle sieges as well. If we're seeing the nodes go from one stage to another, that means we'd literally have to see some type of racial appearance for each stage. It'd really be dope to see two nodes that are at the same stage, but they have different racial appearances. What quests are going to be available? Do the NPCs act differently since they're a different race? How else does this node differ from a similar node with a different racial appearance? All of this would be some really good information to get. Since not everyone is going to be able to get a freehold, this might be a good time to go over the player housing within the nodes as well. I think doing this could put a lot of that freehold anxiety to rest because so many people ran with the thought that they'd never be able to get a home in Ashes of Creation. I'd like to see how the system works and would like to hear the other things that they plan on doing with the housing system, if they have any. Now, with us possibly seeing nodes level, seeing at least one racial appearance, and maybe the housing, are we going to see nodes being destroyed? Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I think this is a stretch, but I'm not going to rule it out completely. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a siege that we see. Steven could just use the command to destroy the node, but I'm genuinely curious to see what it actually looks like as the node reverts back to its basic stage. How does the world change, or what then pops up on the screen to let you know your home has been taken over? This is gonna be the most exciting stream to date, for me at least, for Ashes of Creation. And honestly, man, I'm just so excited to be here experiencing this with all of you, man, truly. The tide is changing and the time is now. What are some things that you want to see in the node live stream? Please let me know in the comment section below. Listen, get in the Discord, man. I'm telling you, please become part of our wonderful community, man. Come kick it with us. We're all lit, I promise. If you want to stay up to date with me, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Twitch, where I'm going to be streaming the node update. Get on in here, or at least make sure you watch it on the Ashes of Creation Twitch channel. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.